Down the home stretch of this season, Greg, what do you make of potential first-round series in this postseason?
Well, there's certainly some matchups that I think plenty of fans would love to see, but we still have a bit of time for things to kind of fall into place. That's what makes this time of year so exciting.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. We'll see Grant and Kamara playing it forward. Holiday out there with Deni Avdija. And it's Clingan in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Here's Denver now. Here's Brown. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game.
He is so athletic. Gordon does well when he gets the ball around the paint.
Here's Clingan. Avdija, the pass to Holiday. Grant for three. That one, no good. And so it's Jokic with the ball. He brings it up for the Denver Nuggets. Stan, you think about the release point on Jokic's outside shot. It's tough to get to.
Yeah, Kevin, it certainly is. And the problem is if you start to come out of your stance to try to get to that shot, Jokic will just pull the ball down and beat you on the drive.
For Denver, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Brown's shot is off. Portland's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Inside, here's Clingan. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And this is where Clingan looks to score. The closer he is to the rim, the more aggressive he becomes.
Pass to Brown. And the three ball is good.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defender.
Brown's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc. Avdija, a screen on Murray. Outside, Avdija. Clock at 6. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Now, here's Jokic. His last outing, we saw him pour in 22. Here's Murray. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. A premier offense for the Nuggets, but defensively, Stan, there has been some slippage.
Well, they've had to make some tough financial decisions, letting some of their defensive-minded veterans depart in free agency over the years. They got to wonder who will step up, but it often takes young players a little longer at the defensive end.
For three, Gordon, and Clingan pulls it down. And so Holiday will bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers, coming off that win against Minnesota.
Yeah, they got into a terrific flow offensively, but a lot of that was because the defense they were facing was mediocre.
Yeah, but even against weak defense, your execution still matters. Luckily, they were able to take advantage.
And here's Jokic, following the three from Jrue Holiday. Brown's shot is off.
Another miss. He is struggling for the quarter.
Here's Grant. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time.
Well, Grant has added range, but hasn't lost anything in close.
Pass to Brown. Gordon for three. He can't get that one. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Trailblazers out in front, finishing the quarter on a tremendous 8-0 run. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance here, boys, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Yeah, but it's hard to keep that kind of intensity for the entire game. But if they can come close to that, they'll be in a great spot.
On the court for the Trailblazers, Williams is out there with Murray. Then it's Henderson. And it's Love in at the one. We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
Thanks, Kevin. The Nuggets have gotten used to success. Nikola Jokic said, quote, winning is a lifestyle for us. It's really good when you're winning. Everybody's happy. Everybody wants to play. Everybody is buying into the system. I was here when we were losing, so I do not want to go back to that. Back to you.
They're sure good with him in the lineup. Okay, thank you, Allie. Here is Love. Following the score by Jamal Murray. Beyond the arc. Dives for it. Trailblazers keep it alive. Williams passes to Sissoko. Shot clock at 3. Out to Henderson. That's in there. Love with the assist. Henderson's got the lead up to 8 now for the Trailblazers. Here's Valanciunas. Yes, that goes in.
Yeah, there's the muscle from Valanciunas.
Portland's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. And so Chauncey Billups decides to call timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. For Denver. Jokic has checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Johnson comes in for Brown. And Christian Brown subbed in for Tim Hardaway Jr. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. Back to Avdia. To Holiday, fires the 3. Portland, no good that time either.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Jokic a screen. Watson for 3. And it's Portland with the rebound. Hobby on the wing. He's covered by Watson. Holiday with the 3. Johnson with the rebound. The Nuggets trail by 6. Pass to Murray to the paint. Jokic rising up.
Yeah, he's not exactly a highlight reel dunker, but you love to see Jokic throw it down.
And you assemble an all-swagger team. Jamal Murray and his on-man roster.
Well, you're right, Kevin. And look, where players really gain their confidence, their swagger, if you will, in this league is when you play your best on the biggest stages in the playoffs. Jamal Murray has certainly done that. He has earned his swagger.
Here's Kamara. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. They get it back. A nice shot by Klingon. And it's a 9-point Trailblazer lead.
I love how hard Klingon works that offensive glass, using his size in that situation.
Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Here's Jokic. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Right, we see a lot of change in the NBA, but Nikola Jokic always seems to stay in the MVP conversation.
And not just in it, at the top of it. His ability to affect the game is basically unmatched. He dominates in just about every single aspect.
Free throw, good. Jokic. Hey, Greg, after 2 seasons in Milwaukee, how about Damian Lillard going back to the Blazers roster even as he works his way back from the Achilles?
And in the meantime, he gets to watch this relatively young group compete. Their activity and defensive edge should pair nicely with his offensive brilliance next season.
So he gets them both. And, Coach, one thing that David Adelman stressed was getting this Nuggets team in much better shape.
Yeah, it seems like they wore down in the playoffs last season. So improved conditioning and more depth potentially could help them hold up better down the stretch.
Now, here is Holiday. Steady offensive output from him, averaging more than 16 points a game.
Well, you can't question his confidence from out there, but it's not falling. Maybe time for a different approach.
To the inside. Here's Jokic. Things getting physical, but Jokic hammers it out and wins.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Trailblazers lead by 5. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the 3rd quarter.
Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet and the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. How about we start out with the Western Conference and how those teams are stacking up? Veering off topic a bit, I wanted to ask you guys, who would you say is the best trash talker of all time?
Man, there's been a lot of them, but I'll go with either Bird or Jordan, because trash talk is only good if you can back it up.
I really can't say because nobody talked trash to me. They were too afraid of the consequences.
Okay, now that's a lie, because I talk trash to you all the time, and I haven't seen any consequences.
Just wait till the next break, buddy boy. Been saving up.
And returning our attention to this game, an impressive first half for the Portland Trailblazers.
I like how they've been hitting the boards, man, playing real hard. That's a great sign for the second half.
Yeah, but the score is close, and if they want to pull away, you got to do more than rebound.
And that is it for halftime, folks. It is back to Kevin Harlan and the crew for the second half.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. One of the stories here, Jokic getting it done today.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything that the league can do to slow him down. He's just that good.
He's a problem, no doubt about it. One that opposing teams have to grapple with every time he takes the floor.
Johnson is in the front court alongside Gordon. In at the guard spots, Murray and Brown. And it's Jokic in at the 5. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Murray, the pass to Jokic, and Jokic slams it in.
The setup from Murray is key there. He's looking for the best shot, whether it's for himself or a teammate.
Outside, Avdia, and it's Grant in the corner. And communication is so crucial to winning basketball. Coach, teams that can get on the same page quickly, they clearly have an edge, right?
Oh, absolutely. I don't know that there's anything other than effort, maybe, that is more important to good defense than communication. The only way teams can be on the same page on how you want to cover certain situations is with great talk. It's got to be early, it's got to be loud, and it's got to be repeated.
Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thank you. Drew Holiday understands the big picture. He said, quote, basketball is a two-way sport. As much as you train offensively, you need to do the same thing defensively. Doing defensive slides, wall sits, things that help you with your legs and your base. I've done that since I was little. It helps. Guys?
Truly an elite defender. Allie, we thank you very much. Let's take a look at the numbers for Jamal Murray. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. On the wing, Holiday drains the three-pointer. Holiday's got 6 points.
They've got the offense clicking. 3 for 4 to start the half and looking confident.
You know, Greg, being a two-way player got Jeremy Grant into the NBA, but now he's grown even more.
Yeah, early on in his career, he was often the primary defender on elite scorers. Then he added scoring to his game in Detroit, becoming an effective two-way player.
Grant, that's good.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
So David Adelman's decided to call a timeout here. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. Trailblazers making a switch here. Henderson's checked in. And a look here at a group of rookies that has been holding their own against the big boys in the paint, the top rookie rebounders since the All-Star break. Donovan Clingan on top.
Well, he continues to improve. I mean, since the break, he's taken it to another level, looking less and less like a rookie every day.
There's a minute 47 left in the third quarter. Here's Jokic. Jokic just takes what he wants inside. Amazing.
Yeah, I feel like Jokic doesn't even need to see the basket when he gets that close.
Back to Holiday. Grant outside. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Holiday's got 3 assists tonight.
And a quiet first half from distance. Didn't even try a 3, but now he's 1 for 2 from deep in the second half.
Shot by Johnson, no good.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Pass to Henderson. Clingan the screen for Holiday. Out to the wing. 6 on the shot clock. They get it back. Rebound by Johnson.
Well, that one should be in his wheelhouse, but just off the mark.
Jokic finds Murray. Back to Jokic. Kicks it out to Johnson. Drills it from outside. Johnson's got it back down to within single digits for Denver.
Hey, even when he's got position near the hoop, Jokic is still looking to set up a teammate for an open shot.
Pass to Klingon. Now, here's Grant. Banked in off the glass. Grant's got 9 points now in just the second half.
Well, you can see why he's a go-to guy for them. They trust in his ability to shoulder the offensive load.
And so it's Portland, ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. We'll return shortly. This is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. Denver with the ball. 9-point game. And on the floor for Portland here in the fourth. They've got Deni Avdija, and it's Yang in at the 5, roaming the paint. Murray against Love. Good D from Love.
And they continue to control the glass.
Pass to Avdija. Trailblazers moving the ball around. And it's Love missing. And so Brown will bring it up for Denver. For 3, Murray drills the three-pointer.
Yeah, that's Murray unleashing that smooth outside jumper.
Portland leading by 6. Avdija. Good, nice job down low.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
And we've got a timeout from David Adelman. He knows every possession is critical now. Big group substitution here for Denver. Jokic, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Gordon comes in for Peyton Watson. Johnson, he's checked in for Brown. And Christian Brown subbed in for Hardaway. And now, Allie LaForce says something for us from the sideline.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear what the Nuggets head coach was saying to his team. First and foremost, he wants to see more points on the break. He asked his team, where's the urgency? We know what we can do in transition. Now let's go out and do it. We'll see if they can pick up the tempo, guys.
Thank you, Allie. And here's Jokic. Now Johnson, 6 to shoot. Now Murray, beyond the arc. It's off. Trailblazers leading by 8. Grant. And that one drops.
Well, you know, Grant is so dangerous when he's on his game. And clearly, they've had no solution for him.
Here's Jokic. 1:58 left in the fourth quarter. Murray, Al Johnson, lets loose a 3. Drained from outside.
Well, the threat of Murray going down the lane opened up that kick out nicely.
And so Chauncey Billups calls for the timeout. And that timeout by coach was carefully measured, wanting to make sure that everybody is on the same page here. Holiday against Murray. rips down the board. The Nuggets trail by 7. Outside Murray. And here's Jokic. Strong move off the glass.
Well, we've seen Jokic do this before, coming through in the biggest moments.
Now Grant. Unloads from 9. Not that time. It won't go.
And mark that one down right there. It's going to be a long time until we see him miss another one like that.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it. Here's Grant. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. Doesn't get that one. For Denver, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Here's Jokic. Shot clock at 6. Now Murray for 3. Knocks down the 3.
Well, we talk about icing his veins a lot, but this guy personifies that. What a clutch shot.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Here's Grant. Good!
That is world class.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
Denver calls timeout. They're trailing by 4. Turning here to our analysts, what factors, guys, come to your mind?
Looking for a quick shot, trying to extend the game.
Yeah, and then they have to foul quickly and hope for some misses at the line.
Gordon. And he does not hit. And they commit an intentional foul. You see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game out.
They've led by as much as 10. And so they foul intentionally.
First personal foul. Second team foul. Shooting for Portland, Drew Holiday. Taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. And he misses the second one as well, so he is 0 for 2 that time. Brown fires. Jumper is off. And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. Here with Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan, signing off for this presentation of NBA basketball. And as we leave you, let's take a look at our player of the game, Jeremy Grant.